And here we are, Breaking Bad, episode 12, Rabid Dog. And this is kind of where it's slowing down a little bit with the pace. Everything, like the first 3 episodes were the setup. Now we're actually like folding into the plot of this, not season, but this half of the season of where the next couple of episodes are going to go and build to. It was kind of a drop in the action, but no less tense than it was previously. It's just now we're getting to the setup point where we can kind of slow down and just like show you where things are going. That being said, a lot of development happened in this episode, and that's really awesome. So right off the bat, let's talk about Jesse. And yeah, it's good that Hank was tracking Jesse and following him, and then managed to break in and stop Jesse and be like, whoa, 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 don't do this, don't do this. And I really like Jesse's like snapping right there. Like, I really like the fact that he just like lost it at that exact moment, because it's like when Hank shows up, Jesse's no longer looking at Hank like the enemy. And yeah, Jesse's a little tweaked off cocaine, but at the same time, it's like everything that he's gone through, Jesse was like, he can't keep getting away with this. You know, he's talking about Mike, he's talking about Brock, and I even think he's talking about Fring a little bit, because when Walt killed Fring, Jesse was like, this had to happen, right? Like, he had to go, right? And Gale, let's not forget Gale, and just Jesse's just having this explosion at the moment. He's like, he can't keep getting away with this. Like, Jesse's fed up now. He's done. Like, it's over. Like, the money thing, killing Mike, all of that, no. So, I like the fact that Hank was like, you know, we can take him down together. And I was almost kind of rooting for Hank until he was talking to Gomez, and he was like, yeah, and if Walt kills Jesse, then we'll just bust him. And it's like, does anybody have Jesse's back? Like, I feel for that kid. Does anybody have his back? And it's like, no. But I like the fact that Jesse was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, he's in. He's in to bring down Mr. White now. He's not like, he's not trying to protect him. He's not like, I'm not a snitch anymore. It's like, no, this freaking needs to happen for everybody's good. Like, there's evil, and then there's like freaking evil, which I don't exactly know how to like, you know, go with the fluctuation, because, well, okay, Fring was evil, and he did threaten Walt's daughter. Like, let's not forget that. He did threaten to kill Walt's daughter, but, and he was using children to sell drugs, but, I mean, he said no more children. We don't know if Fring actually called the hit on that kid who was selling drugs and the one who killed Combo. So we don't know exactly what happened there, but Walt is the one who actually did not kill a kid, but he did poison a kid. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say. Like, there's so much going on, and Walt is against killing Jesse. Like, he's against killing Hank, he's against killing Jesse. But I think Jesse more so than Hank, because Jesse and Walt has been through so much, and there's that scene in season 2, I do believe. Yeah, season 2, where Walt is at the bar and he's meeting Jane's dad, and they're talking, and Walt is like, yeah, I got this nephew, and he's talking about Jesse. So, I mean, Hank was right. He really does care about Jesse. He really does like Jesse a great deal. But, and yeah, again, the only reason he likes Jesse is because he thinks he can constantly manipulate Jesse. But now, at the end of this episode, it's like, yeah, Jesse's like, no, I'm done. I see everything clearly now. And the beautiful scene is when he's talking to Hank and Gomez, and he's like, dude, you guys are just guys. Like, Walt's the devil. Like, he's luckier than you are, he's smarter than you are, and he can just think his way out of so much crap. And I really like the scene that Jesse's like, and again, it's by osmosis. Jesse, seeing how Walt functions, seeing what Walt does, seeing how he manipulates the pieces, and Jesse like sees everything clearly now, and he's like, I've been played. But it's like, I've been around Mr. Walt long enough to think like him, and to like outthink him in some ways. So it's like, Jesse's like, at the end of the episode, he's like, I can think of a better way to get him. A better way. And it's like, Hank kind of like, you idiot, what are you doing? And Jesse's like, no, there's a better way to do this. And Hank is like, okay, you know? So I don't know what's going to happen. But, again, with an episode coming up called Granite State, and that's the nickname of the state of New Hampshire, and we know that Walt has a New Hampshire license plate and a New Hampshire license, it only stands to reason, considering the fact that the Vanisher was almost used this season, that Walt is once again going to use that Vanisher. Maybe he's going to fake his own death, leave his family behind, whatever. Well, actually, that's not, the Granite State is not the next episode. The next episode is, Tehuli, or Tahali, however the hell you pronounce it, where Walt buried the money. But, again, I think Walt is going to fake his own death. That's the only thing I can, because his family's not with him when he goes to his house. We don't know where his family is. I think Walt is going to fake his own death, and he's going to use that Vanisher guy. Why he needs the M16, the M60, why he needs that, why he needs the ricin, who knows, but, man, but, yeah, Jesse, it's gonna be weird how all of this comes together, like how they just build up to this. I'm freaking out, man, like, I'm like, I don't know, because I feel bad for everybody, but, like, Jesse mostly, like, Jesse has really been the character that I felt the most bad about. Like, Hank, I feel bad that he got screwed over, but now that Hank is, like, just so callous towards Jesse, it's like, no, it's all about Jesse. Like, this is Jesse's story. I'm waiting for Jesse to, like, get some real triumph there. Like, anybody can die. I don't care about anybody else, but just don't kill Jesse. Like, just don't. Like, Jesse's got to come out on top of it some kind of way. And I just really hope that happens, because if something happens to Jesse, man, I'm hurting. I'm gonna hurt, man. I'm hurt, dog. I'm hurt. Oh, man. And with Walt calling Todd and his uncle, man, I don't know. But it's like, if you're Walter White, you gotta think, like, is Jesse going to snitch on me? And maybe Walt is thinking, no, because I'm not in handcuffs right now. But again, it's this whole he said, she said thing, and I like the fact that even Jesse was like, dude, it's just my word against his. That's not gonna do anything. But, I mean, they have the phone call between him and Jesse. So it's like, if Jesse's saying all of these things about Mr. White, and Mr. White is like calling him and saying, yo, Jesse, let's talk about this. Talk about what exactly? And, you know, so, not to mention, there's the pest control team. Jesse can finger all of them. He can finger Todd. And Lydia, but I mean, yeah, he has met Lydia. Yeah, so, he can finger a lot of people. It's just a matter of just finding the evidence, getting the evidence in order to do what they needed to do, but, man, oh freaking man. Like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anybody can go. Anybody can go. I just hope it's not Jesse. But anyway, that'll do it for me for this Breaking Bad review. Again, not a lot to say, but a lot to say. And just sorry for the yawning. And yeah. See you guys next time. I'm out. Deuces.